G'day all, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a, I guess, don't know if you call it an upgrade to the Dart. I'm going to fit the Avatar GT2 high definition camera into it. This craft at the moment is running the V2 Pro. It's a pretty solid unit, this one. But originally I wanted to get the GT for this craft, so Cadex were kind enough to send me the Avatar GT2, the new one, for review, which we did a while back, and going to do some testing with it in this craft, so it's a good idea to put it in here, I feel. And we'll use the V2 Pro probably in a new build that we're doing now. This V2 Pro also had upgraded aerials on it. You can see here I've modified the output aerial, the output cable, and it ran these two Omnis, Osprey aerials. I found them on AliExpress. I plan to put those back on that and run it as it was in here on the new build. So plan is today we're going to fit this. This is the Avatar GT2, a nice looking kit. I really like the look of this. It looks like they've done a pretty good job on it with what they've done here. We've got our USB port there. We've got our two connections here for the aerials, and they're pretty solid connections too, upgraded from the old ones. They're a bit thicker now, and the aerials are a bit longer too, so it'll be interesting to see how this one compares in similar sort of flights to what I had here with this. I will be quite interested, so we'll compare that and we'll be able to judge by the two different flights on the same plane with the different VTX and cameras, so that'll be quite interesting. So let's do this. We'll pop it in and set it all up. This board is the F722 wing board, and our two pins here, our receive and transmit pins. Can't quite read which one's which, but if it doesn't work, just a matter of swapping it over. That's the cable we're going to use there. So we've got power, ground, transmit and receive. I'm going to cut one end of the plug off and put my power and ground onto this, so it's going to run directly from the ESC or battery. That's what will work best with the GT2, I think. And the other end, we'll just put a DuPont plug on that. So best placement for this will be here for me. I'm going to stick it straight in the middle, right at the end of the board there. And that's where the battery will go. That way we've got good CG in it. Alright, so the wiring here, I've got the 4-wire harness here. So we're going to, we've got to extend all these. So let's cut the plug off actually and beat it. Should be long enough. Plenty long enough. Okay, so going to do the two wires now for the receiver. I'm just going to put some extensions on this to get it to the back of the flight controller there, where we need to plug in. So I just need to make two of these. If you haven't got one of these guys, these are a handy little tool for your servo wires and that, for plugging in for crimping up your little connectors, male and female connectors to your servo output pins. You can pick these. I think I've got this one here from AliExpress, but they're real handy. They make crimping these pins a lot easier. The only problem is as you get older you need to wear some glasses. Tell you something, it's getting difficult at times to do this. It's certainly not a hobby for people with bad eyesight, I don't think. But there, that's it there. That's should be a fairly good plug. Nice and snug. Does a great job. Alright, that's all sorted. That's our cable. And we've got our plug there for powering up when we are ready to power up. Alright, so we're all ready to piece this together now. It's getting hard to see things here. Everything's so small. I like my new workbench though. This is great now compared to where I used to be. Not set up obviously yet, but I'm still building all this. But once it's all set up, it's going to be good. It's going to be a really good, comfortable place to work and do all sorts of stuff. So we'll plug this into the back of the GT. It only goes in one way. So that's going to sit roughly in there. I'm going to feed these wires comfortably along the side. So the plan will be, I want to be able to have access to the port for transferring video, and on the other side here will be the SD card, but I'm pretty sure you don't have to take that out anymore. Hope not, but even if I have to, I can still get to that. But that's the direction I'm going to. I might even leave it across to the side a little bit, and that'll balance it out a little bit too, because I'm a little bit heavy on this wing here. Not a great deal, it's only the receiver in there, but there is a little bit more weight on that side than over on this side here, so I'm going to just pop it over just a fraction. It's also going to help this aerial which is coming out here, because the two aerial jacks are on this side here. So if we just put it like that, I reckon. And what we'll do is run our wiring. Our wiring's going to go comfortably up the side there, just like that. So what we're going to do now, we're going to power this up and just have a bit of a look at it. So I've plugged in my power cable just here, and what we need to do now is the RX and the TX cable. It goes onto the two pins here. I mean, you won't be able to see it, but your TX goes to your RX. So my TX, if I look on the back of here, is the green one, which changes to yellow. So my yellow is TX. We need to go to the RX. Should make it work. Okay, if it doesn't, then you swap it around, obviously. Just plug in our aerials. These are really good connectors compared to what they've had on previous previous VTXs. Hopefully they run these on all of them. These are good. A lot more robust. You don't have to screw the piece on the back. If you look at the that's the V2 Pro that I pulled out of this, and you've got to take out these two Allen keys, and that actually helps clamp down the cable. And I think these are a lot better. That's a lot better option. All right, so let's power it up. We'll see what we've got. It's only powering up. It's quite loud. There's a fan in this. You can hear it going. But what we've got to do, we're going to have to bind this, so a little bit premature here. I'll just get my goggles out. Okay, so for linking this, you just connect the power supply to the Avatar GT2 like we've done, and the goggles as well. And you press the pairing button on both the Avatar GT and the Avatar goggles briefly. When the Avatar GT2 enters pairing mode, the LED indicator turns solid red and the ground unit buzzer beeps. Once the connection is successful, the LED indicator turns solid green and the buzzer stops and the image will be displayed. So it's also important to note too that both firmware has to be the same on the goggles and the unit itself. Doesn't matter whether it's a GT2 or the Moonlight, they have to be on the same same firmware. Now these are running the latest firmware at the moment, so all we have to do is hit the bind button. That's your little link button just here, up the top above the SD card. So we'll power up, we'll hit that briefly and then do the same with the goggles and see what happens. Just wait for it to power up properly so the green light's flashing, so we hit this briefly. The LED turns red. Now we'll do the same with this. And then we're green. And we've got a picture. So that's quite easy. Just make some adjustments in the goggles here. So in the channel screen in the goggles, we want to go across and we want to toggle on the frequency hopping. And we then go to the settings in the transmit power and we want to select 2000 milliwatt auto. Once all that's done, we'll now hot glue the camera in place at the front there, making sure it's a good connection, and hot glue in the aerials and mount the VTX itself using some 3M tape. So I'll do a brief bench test here just to see what sort of amp draw it's doing just at idle here, and we might just switch it to the 2000 watts pure 2000 watt feature and see how much it changes when it's under full load. I've got the Goggles X booted up here. And they're powered up, so we'll just plug this in and have a quick look. So just at idle right now, it's putting 0.7 amps, so not too much. So, but that'll be on adaptive power. So what we'll do, I'll just change it across to transmit power, (2000 milliwatts), and we'll just see what the difference is. Yeah, okay, so now it goes up to 0.9 amps. Might be a bit low, my amp reading could be a little bit out, possibly, but doesn't go up a great deal. Yeah, 0.9 amps, so we'll throw it back down to the adaptive power. (2000 milliwatt auto). And we're back down to 0.7. So it's definitely a difference. There's definitely a difference there in power. And it's been running for a little bit of time, so it's not overheating or anything. Sitting on the bench. It's certainly a lot more durable to overheating than the Moonlight camera or the V2 Pro. But that's only because it's got the fan on there. So yeah, just a brief little test there. Alright, next what we'll do is we'll see how it performs when the lights are turned off. Well, that's pretty good. Even though we've got the computer screen on, I think that's not too bad, to be honest. Let me try and turn the monitor off on the computer. I'll go pitch black and we'll see. It's pretty much as dark as I can get it. You can still see it's not too bad. I've got a bit of a dull light up the top above the monitor, but other than that, it's pretty dark. What do you reckon, guys? It's not bad, I think. So what you're looking at there is total darkness. I mean, that's if you had to, that's still flyable. We can see me standing in front quite well. The flashing light is coming from the craft itself. So there you go, that's a night test for the GT2. Well, that's that. I'm pretty keen to get this up in the air again once we get some good weather again. It's a bit windy at the moment, but yeah, the GT2, quite excited to fly this and see how it compares to the previous Avatar Pro V2 unit that I had in it before. Hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the maiden of the GT2 in the next video, and look forward to speaking to you then. Stay safe, enjoy the hobby, see you in the next video. Bye for now.